Apple just shrunk the Mac Mini. It now fits in the palm of your hand with even more computing strength, better connectivity, and the power of Apple Intelligence.
But who is this computer for, and should you buy one? Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker.
And over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the interesting people I get to meet along the way.
So, if you're in the market for a new Mac, give the channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right one to match your needs.
This is my 2024 Mac Mini M4 review.
Consumers love when a product doesn't just get an incremental update and new features, but also a new look. So I'm curious, what do you think
About the new Mac Mini?
I personally am enthused by its size.
Apple really has put the Mini in Mac Mini this year, and if you thought the previous model was small, take a look at this. Apple has managed to shrink the new 2024 Mac Mini down to 5 by 5 by 2 inches. That's almost half the size of its predecessor, just slightly larger than an Apple TV, all while still delivering more power and more connectivity. It's so small, it fits in the palm of my hands. Small enough to stick in a pouch and carry in a backpack.
So much so that on this trip to India, I took it with me.
Knowing that my Qatar Airways Q Suite had an HDMI port and power plug, it was as easy as pairing a ProtoArc foldable keyboard and Logitech MX Anywhere 3S, and just like that, I had a Mac at 40,000 feet on a large 21.5-inch display. I'm really loving the updated look of the Mac Mini, which I'd consider more or less the second major redesign following the 2005 original and the switch to full unibody aluminum in 2010. In some ways, it's reminiscent of the higher-end Mac Studio. It's now got ports in front of the device. You get 2 USB-C and a headphone jack, which is super convenient for plugging in things like a USB stick.
Definitely a quality of life update.
The other similarity is a new thermal system which takes in cool air and expels hot air through vents built into its foot. Perhaps I haven't pushed it as hard as I should have. I have yet to hear the fans turn on. To set up my Mac Mini, I went all Apple with a studio display, a Magic Keyboard in black, and a black Magic Trackpad and Magic Mouse. Notice all of these accessories have been updated too with USB-C ports.
But the beauty of owning a Mac Mini is that you can choose whatever keyboard, mouse, and display you want.
Similar to how I paired my Mac Studio with a Logitech mechanical keyboard and MX Master mouse. The new M4 Mac Mini supports up to 3 external displays, an upgrade from last year's model, which only supported 2. Connectivity-wise, apart from the 2 USB-C ports up front, there's 3 more on the back with support for Thunderbolt 4 on the M4 models and Thunderbolt 5 on the M4 Pro models. There's also Gigabit Ethernet and a full-sized HDMI. The only quirk about this new design is the position of the power button, which after a little bit of searching, I found on the bottom of the device. That said, after I set it all up, I never really power off the Mac Studio in my office, so yeah, it might be weird to have to pull out and flip it around just to power it on once shut down.
Let me know what your setup might look like by leaving it down below.
Powering the new 2024 Mac Mini is the M4 chip with an option to upgrade to an even more powerful M4 Pro model. I don't usually do benchmarks on this channel, but it's benchmarking really well versus older chips, including the higher end options.
Which is telling how powerful it is.
Also, unlike the iMac, it's also available with that M4 Pro chip, and it's configurable all the way up to a 14-core CPU, a 20-core GPU, and up to 64 gigabytes of unified memory. This means whether you're coding your next app or a creator like me editing videos on the go, this is a computer that will handle anything that you throw at it.
My friend Dave 2D goes deeper into the nitty-gritty of benchmarking results, so you can check out his video. I'll put a link down below.
Since I brought my Mac Mini with me, I tried connecting it to my in-suite TV and was thrilled when I got it working. So I played a little bit of Stray, always amazed at its implementation of hardware-accelerated ray tracing, which this Mac Mini supports. In fact, it handled it like a champ, and I never heard the fans go off once. But today was a work day, so I figured I'd bring it to the business center. Luckily, they had a PC all-in-one that doubled as a monitor. So I plugged in an HDMI cable, the Ethernet cable, and set up my portable keyboard and mouse. And just like that, I was working from the safety of my own machine.
In reality, I actually brought my new MacBook Pro with me on this trip, but it's good to know that if this was my use case, if these were my needs, then I would have this option also with the new Mac Mini.
Like all M4-powered Macs, the new Mac Mini is designed with Apple Intelligence in mind, and recently the 18.2 beta with Image Playground just launched, so here's a quick demo. I can attach a photo of me, enter some prompts like Taj Mahal and sunset, et voila! A couple of images I can send to my friends. A few years ago, Apple announced its commitment to be fully carbon neutral by the year 2030. Last year, they announced their first fully carbon neutral device, the Apple Watch. This year, the Mac Mini becomes their first carbon neutral Mac.
So what does this mean?
For one, it means the use of 50% recycled materials, including its aluminum enclosure, which is made from 100% recycled aluminum. It's actually this block of aluminum right here. It also contains 100% recycled zinc, 100% recycled copper, and 80% recycled steel. So, is the 2024 Mac Mini your gadget match?
If you're in the market for a new Mac for your home or office, then the obvious choice would be between the iMac and the Mac Mini.
I love the iMac for its good looks and, more importantly, its simplicity.
If you haven't watched my iMac review, then you should definitely click up here to watch it. But TLDR,
I said it has a place as a shared computer at home, dorm room, an office, or small business. On the other hand, I love the Mac Mini for the freedom it gives in terms of what kind of display, keyboard, and mouse you want to use. Maybe you have a brand preference, which isn't necessarily the ones that Apple offers.
Or maybe you've already spent a lot of money on a fancy monitor or keyboard. Not having to buy another set is a good thing. After all, how many times do you really upgrade these accessories? Whereas you could swap out a Mac Mini every year or so if you wanted to for less than the price of an iMac.
Which, speaking of cost, the Mac Mini is the cheapest Mac one can get today, and it starts at just $599, $100 cheaper even, if you have a .edu email address.
Lastly, now that it's even more portable,
if your creative workflow demands a machine like this that you can travel with, it's so easy to plop it into a bag and just go, like I did on this trip.
All of this said, when it comes to any computer out in the market today, there's nothing this portable, nothing this powerful, and nothing this affordable, all at the same time. And for that, it deserves the Gadget Match seal of approval. And that was my review of the 2024 Mac Mini. Of the 3 Macs that Apple announced this month, I've already done the iMac review, the Mac Mini review, so the next one is going to be the MacBook Pro review. If you'd like to see it, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we publish. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun, travel, and fashion. And for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, from here in India, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.